Last time I talked about the unwrapping of the Naish gear and went over a little bit of flying the wing at the beach. And I went out again today working on that. And it was gusty winds out at a park that's close by. And one of the things I thought about is how important it'll be able to control that wing with one hand. So I'm going to talk about what I found out today with that. Here I am set up at Golden Gardens Park at the north end of the park. And the winds were really gusty, I would say somewhere between nothing to about 15 miles an hour. So it was a good opportunity to work with gusty conditions. So my big takeaway today is to control the kite, really is to grab it from the center of effort of the sail to fly it by itself. And I found that by going with the second handle back. You see here I grab it from the front handle for a little bit, and it really kind of pivots around. It's pretty uncontrollable. And then I get it back into the second strap back, and I can start to get it in control again. So here you'll see me switch from my leading strap, and you can see it's a bit out of control and it wants to shift all over the place. And then I'll grab it with the second one, and this is when I'm beginning to start to be able to get it back in control again. So right now it's holding itself well. I spent a lot of time kneeling on the ground trying to control the kite, fly the kite with one hand in the way that it would be when I'm trying to water start. So really trying to get a feel of flying this basically with my wrist and making adjustments with my wrist to control where the kite is flying. I also wanted to do this without looking at the kite, just looking upwind and feeling what the kite's doing and seeing if I can make the adjustments while not looking at the kite. So in this water starting position, I would be controlling the kite with my left hand while my right hand's on the board. So I worked on that transition between having my left hand holding the strap to switching over and grabbing that second strap with my right hand so that I'd be able to launch up. So I did a lot of that quick motion between the transition between my right hand and my left hand. I also practiced a lot of when it looked like it felt like it was going to stall out, just letting go of my back hand. So yeah, I'll slowly let go of the back hand and let the sail fly overhead like a kite when it's flying overhead kiteboarding. And then once it kind of stabilizes, then I'll bring it back down into position. But if it feels like it's going to hit the water, I would just let go of that back hand and let it fly back over the top. The other thing I worked a lot on was just having the two arms working together, steering the boom in essence, and sheeting in and sheeting out, and getting the feel of keeping that kite powered up and tips high enough that they're not going to go into the water. So on this tack, I'm trying to keep my eyes off the kite and fly it without looking at it and trying to feel where the tip might be, but still kind of steering it. And as soon as I'm starting to feel it lose grip, I try to get it to go back overhead. So the idea I'm feeling is that I got to do whatever I can to keep the trailing edge from going in the water. You can see right here that the wind's dying off, and so I'm going to be letting go with my back hand to get it to fly back overhead. And you can see here the wind dropped off, so I'm letting go with my back hand to get the kite up high enough so that it's going to stay out of the water. At least that's the hope, that the wind will get back underneath it before I lose a tip. The thing I found really valuable about this day was just working with the wing by itself and how it felt. I think there's going to be so much going on when the board's introduced that I want to try to be able to fly this without thinking about it, so that's more instinctive, so that I can concentrate on the board. Not unlike kiteboarding, where you want to get to a point where you're not looking at the kite, you just know where it is based on the feel and the lines.